when I started this Keep Going series, I had the idea to talk not only just about faith and about what the Bible tells us and life application, but also talking about fitness and exercise and strength training and nutrition, because a lot of those things help keep me balanced on this earth while I pursue what is more important, which is being a vessel for Christ. So having said all that, I'm gonna talk more about gym and fitness stuff today. I'm gonna get back to talking a little bit about that because again, it affects my mind when I'm not taking care of my temple. And I know not everyone can or has the ability to strength train or to go, be extremely disciplined per se, maybe with lifting and eating. But for me, I'm in the season of life where it is extremely important, and I prioritize that up there with a lot of the things that are a priority. I always say God 1, family 2, my temple 3, work, friends, hobbies, all that stuff 4 and 5. So here's a quote today that's related to gym and strength training that I want to talk about today. Simply this: if it doesn't challenge your will, it won't change your body. Again, if it doesn't challenge your will, it won't change your body. Think about that from a going to the gym and strength training perspective. And I think there's parallels to faith. I'm going to relate it to that too. Is if you go and you're trying to meet like a fitness goal, you're trying to grow, you're trying to get stronger. If you go through the motions all the time and you're not digging deeper, you're not trying to find that one extra rep, you're not struggling through the final couple reps, there's no growth in that. And it's hard because sometimes you don't feel like you want to go there mentally when life's beating you down and you're exhausted or you're anxious about something else going on in your life. But there's just something about still getting in to the gym and going there, like mentally going there. And I kind of have a little bit of this like anticipatory anxiety going to the gym at times, which is a good thing, what I call like a healthy paranoia, because I know that when I walk into that place, like it is a place for me to not only physically but mentally get right. And I know that I'm about to exert myself. Like I know that it's about to go down. I know that it's going to be a grind. It's going to be a mental challenge where I'm going to be fighting against what my body wants to do. My body wants to give up, but I know mentally I got a couple more reps in me. And I always talk about this, is that's the chosen suffering, is when we offer ourselves up for this pain, which is strength training, which is exerting yourself physically. If you can choose the suffering daily, you're going to be so much more prepared and ready to handle the unchosen suffering, which is like the real life stuff: loss, grief, anxiety. But you have to prepare. It's like you pilot every single day. You model this chosen suffering, so then you're ready for when life actually hits. Like you've already done so many difficult things daily just through pushing your body, exercising, being disciplined with meals, that you're going to be ready for whatever life throws at you. I had a guy tell me once, he's like, I work out so hard in the morning that there's almost nothing anyone could throw my way in the afternoon that's going to freak me out or throw me off or cause me anxiety, because I've done every day I wake up, he's like, I do the hardest thing that I think you could possibly do physically in the morning. That's already knocked out. I've already battled with myself internally through these extra reps and through these movements at the gym, that everything thereafter just seems easier. And there's a lot of truth in that, I think. A lot of times when people have these Twitter fingers, these Facebook fingers of chaos, and talks about in James, we talk about just this fighting and quarreling among us. It's like, I wonder, do these people actually push themselves? If you push yourself physically and mentally through chasing a goal, it doesn't have to be the gym. Mine is, right? Trying to get stronger, but pushing yourself. Go get that PhD, or go do the hard thing at work. Have the uncomfortable conversation. Lift the weight. If you choose the right hard, you're going to be a lot more likely to avoid all the negative stuff in your life. You're going to be able to avoid feeding into the negativity. These people that have these Twitter fingers, as I call it, where they just want to fight and quarrel and yap, yap, yap. The problem with them is they're not happy about their future. They don't have this hope. And again, all of this stuff I talk about is rooted in God. You have to be rooted in God. God is, in my mind, absolutely, I'm convinced He is the reason for us to even be able to conceive the idea of discipline, to be able to stick to things that ordinarily your own self couldn't. I've lived of this world and have tried so many times to attempt to change certain things, and I've never been able to do it on my own accord. It always takes me connecting with God. But I think, again, these people, if you're not disciplined in any other aspect of your life and you have all this pent up energy because you're not choosing suffering through working out or choosing suffering through doing these hard things that are good, then you're gonna have all this pent up energy where you're gonna quarrel and fight and you're gonna look down your nose at everyone else and call out all the negativity, and you have this no intention to look internally. The people that avoid just chaos in this world, I notice, are people that are disciplined, that are chasing goals in their life, that are doing the hard things in their life, oftentimes quietly, not bragging about it, but just showing up because discipline tells them that they should. So if you're struggling, or if you find yourself in a pattern of judgment or pent up energy, or a proclivity, if that's the word, to want to argue or to call out all these problems in the world, like, maybe just do some hard things and chase your goals. Like, focus your energy on improvement internally, and you might find that you're less ticked off at everyone else. And I'll just wrap it up with a scripture I've read before, but I've referenced James already in this video. James 1, verses 2 through 4. I'll read through the ESV version. It says, "Count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds, for you know that the testing of your faith produces steadfastness. And let this steadfastness have its full effect, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking in nothing." We're going to have trials whether we like it or not. I'm just saying, choose the hard thing in your life, the thing where you've been avoiding, but you need to do it because that's what is going to lead to growth. Choose those things and then see where that lands you when eventually in life you have things that are unchosen. Again, grief, loss, suffering of any kind. You're going to be better prepared. You're going to have a better attitude. And in doing all of this, it takes connecting to God and letting Him take lead. That's where our discipline and our source of joy comes from. So, a gym video today, just get after it. You're going to thank yourself for it. It's hard. I don't always feel like going, super hard in the gym, but I'm better for it every single time I leave that place. It's day 291.